got that hood that's still in me. That's why he hates to love me. Big girl energy, got that hood that's still in me. This day's a weekend. It's time to move on, yeah. You tell me I'm warm, yeah. But nigga, when you're leaving. Welcome, people of life, light, and the dark. Today, I'm giving commentary on Kevin Samuels and how he was talking to one of our beautiful sisters. And I find it amazing that, there is so many positive energies out here for people to be going to, but people seem to flock to the most horrifying, horrible speaking, people that want to not really give you something constructive, but something they constructed. And it comes from the core of who they are as people. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't come from a place that wants to really help people, but it comes from a painful place, because I know hurt people. And this is what I want to really dive into, because you can't take advice from a non-objective. It's not an objective source. This man is not an objective source. And Black women never needed to take advice from a Black man. Because one thing I've learned through the spiritual world, there's a reason why in ancient culture, the woman was the foundation. Man is born from woman. So he goes back to that foundation for certain things that he needs, that we give, that we should be able to give. But because we've been damaged so much, and we've been given this illusion around us, the Black man is blinded by the superficial. So because he's blinded by the superficial, he's not an objective source. And you cannot, a woman should never take advice on relationships from a man, because that's not an objective source. The woman has the power. See, the Black woman is the most beautiful woman on the planet because she's first, right? She's Eve, right? And let me tell you why I say that. Not only because she's first, because she is being destroyed. Mama is being destroyed on this planet right now. The Black mama, the Black woman, pieces of the God. Now, I'm not saying the Black man is not God. Black man is God. But he has been broken. And he has definitely been broken from the Black woman, who is his source for that extra that he needs, that other part that he needs. And what has happened is the Black woman, like I said, used to be the one when the chief needed to make decisions. He had his woman there to give him that rationality. And now, because of the society that we're in, our men, our boys and our men have been pretty much broken to be a little soft, too soft. And they blame, the Black woman gets blamed for it, because it's the frustration. But this is a pattern in society. Someone does the damage and destruction, but then they make it look like it's the fault of someone else's. So this guy was given the advice, a harsh in a harsh way to a woman. See, the black woman, she can get whatever man she wants. Whatever man she wants. The thing about the black woman is we are broken. Just they broke our men, and then when they broke our men, they broke us. So when you don't know the power that you possess and the beauty, the natural beauty that you possess, that makes you don't know yourself. So you're harsh. You become harsh. And this is what happens to many black women, right? And rough and tough out here. So, what do you expect? What do you expect? But there's many black women who keep their pureness. But the whole thing about it is they look to people like harsh men who are broken to give them advice. And this woman that he was giving the advice to, she was very beautiful black woman. And he was trying to tell her about six-figure men and what they want. I've been around and I haven't had a problem with getting any kind of man in my life as a black woman. So one thing I've learned is that when you do, I agree, because I was listening to Tanya TKO, and she was saying, advising the girl to go and travel, which is a big thing. Travel is very big. I highly recommend traveling for women, especially black women. Travel, get out of your comfort zone. Go and explore new places. Because when you do, you never know what eyes you may catch. You never know. In my life, I caught the eyes of a prince. So I caught the eyes of many wealthy men. So it's not necessarily about the superficial money, what a woman is doing, what her position is, what she looks like, that these men want. It's more than that. It's way more than that. And men that are stuck in the superficial, a lot of black men are blinded by the superficial in this world. Unfortunately, things that are not real, they will never know what is real because you can't get to the realness because you're in an illusion. But the whole thing is, love does not work like he was telling her it works. Because this girl, he really tried to break her down. And, you know, I don't think that she should be broken down. I think that she should hold her head up high and see the advice from what it is. It's where it's coming from. Sometimes we gotta look at what is giving us this advice, you know. And I don't think he's an objective source at all. So with that said, I want to get into this one video I found interesting about Kevin Samuels. So I want to share this video with you guys. Let's see. Oh.
Corporate, career, strong women. I tell you, the majority of them, 80+% of men say, you know what, the next woman I deal with, she just needs to be nice. She just needs to cooperate. That ranks so high. Let me just go ahead and say, for black men, it is so foreign for us to have women who cooperate with us. This is why a lot of brothers date out. I've told this story about the first time I ever dated a white woman. I'll share this story now. I was in college, and she went to a different college, and I was sick, deadly sick. This is back before cell phones and pagers and everything else. Couldn't go out the weekend. She was 45 minutes away. Called me up, I'm sick. Next, about 4 hours later, I hear ding dong. I take myself down, and I look through the peephole, and here's Amy. And I look, and she has bags with her, and I'm looking like, who done it? Open the door, she comes in, hey, kisses me on the cheek, puts my hand on, oh baby, oh snuggy huggy cuggy, oh snuggly tump doopty dumpty doo doo doo. I'm like, she's talking to me like a puppy, because I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this. I mean, that happened when you were a little boy, but snuggly humpty dumpty chickadee duckadee sugar spice every poor baby diddy doo dee 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 dee. I was kind of like, what is this? Is weird. This I like it, but I'm not a no. You go lay down. We need to take it. You go lay down. Sat on the couch, gave me a blanket, Theraflu, whatever. She went in there and had a pizza in her hand, my favorite pizza from Pizza Hut, and she had start making homemade chicken noodle soup, clean up the entire house, the condo, the townhouse. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I'm eating pizza. She puts in my favorite video game. I got pizza and orange juice, blanket, Theraflu, and this woman's in there by herself, unannounced, unasked, stocking my refrigerator with groceries, making homemade chicken noodle soup. Then, after she finished, she came in and pleasured me and left. I'm sitting there with pizza, video game, movies, orange juice, a whole little, and this was like, I was confused. A week later, I went to frat meeting, and I was like, hey, has this ever happened? Because we have this thing called Good at Frat. People just share the story. She's like, oh yeah, man. Yeah, white girls are all like that. They're all nice. And I was like, I was so confused. I was so confused. Just confused.
Well, let me stop this. Yeah. So basically, the Black woman, what we possess is power. And we never used we don't know, and we don't ever use our power to get what we want in life. Because if you want a certain man of certain caliber, all we ever really need to do is keep focusing on that. For one thing, you keep that in your mind, and you become what you want to be. And in becoming what you want to be, which is confident, naturally confident, with yourself, and building up who you are, basically. Building up your looks, building up who you are. Because in this society we live in, when we look at what people consider beauty, you got to realize it's people considering that to be beauty. What do you consider to be beauty? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, in saying that, your mind, you create beauty. And beauty comes from within. And we all know this. Because when you get to know someone in a relationship, you're not trying to get to know them just for, you're not living with what the surface gives you. Of course, you don't want to live with just the surface, even though the surface plays a big part in the attraction. But there's something more. There's always something more there. And the way he's talking, he's like shooting down, getting to the more before you even get to what that deeper part of the relationship that you need to uncover, discover. He's basically telling her advice on the surface. So is that good advice or what? Just going by the surface? No, it's not, because you're going to always miss out on what you really truly supposed to have in life. Because, hold on. Because of the illusion and the artificial. Because living in the illusion, I hear you, respect me, I'm busy. I'm busy afterwards. Okay, sorry about that. So the superficial, living in the illusion, we're just going by the surface. You're never going to really see or get the benefits from what is deeper than just the surface living. And many times, I don't think that if a six-figure dude is not finding his sister attractive, that she's going to miss out on anything. They're the ones that are missing out. Because when you look at it, she can always go on and, just build herself up, build up. She had a business. The man even downgraded her business. But, this is the type of damaged goods we got out here, giving our people advice that is destructive and not constructive to building up someone. Mm-mm. And Shana, I'm on the video, please. I'm on. So with that said, I'm not gonna be too long because as you see, I'm preoccupied today. But thank you guys for coming and listening to my commentary on this Kevin Samuels and his destructive advice he gave to the sister who I hope that if she took anything out of it, not that she's unattractive, but that this man was not an objective source to get information from. And that from the energy that he gave off in the video, that is not the type of energy that she wants to follow in the future. That she may want to find a better source of information about herself to build her up. That's going to help her build herself up. So with that said, thank you, Ortho. Thank you, Emmanuel. Hey, Commander Core, how you doing? Where your man at? Yeah. But let me explain something to you guys. Okay. A Black woman can have any man she wants. Simply by, the way I carried myself with confidence and love for myself first. And when you travel, it's good for to find relationships in that way, because you're getting out of the little circle, and you've been able to actually, it's a good way for you to work your magic, because you're out and you're enjoying yourself, you're catering to yourself, you're taking care of yourself, you're actually being able to pay attention to yourself when you're on vacation, right? When you're traveling and having fun. So anytime you take time out for yourself, that is part of helping you work your magic. The Black woman has much magic that she can work and utilize towards getting the man she wants. And that's something that he didn't mention. He didn't mention about magic. He didn't mention about anything. All he mentioned about was superficial looks, her business. A man, any woman that's doing a business, with 6 figures would look upon that as a great thing, I would hope, because that is actually someone who's halfway there. You know what I'm saying? To build something with. But, there are men out here that don't want to build, and that's what I got from him. So he can stay with his backies. If that's what he thinks is more beautiful, is the backies, is the superficial looks, that the European beauty, standard of beauty that they have put in front of the masses. And we come from a different culture, so we're not really, like I said about the culture, about the ancient parts of the culture, how they used to do things. The woman was always the one that the chiefs would come to speak to first, because we could rationale, and we had this other things about us when talking about making moves and stuff like this. So I'm not going to stay too long. So yeah, I have my man. Yeah, I have my man. And for since 1997. So yeah. So with that said, always remember true love, real peace, and the higher self within. Over here, I don't necessarily just give relationship advice, but I give life advice. And not really advice, but I try to I don't like to tell people things. I don't like to tell you things to gear you someplace. I like for you to um recognize the power that you possess within yourself, and that you have a guide, a God within you that tells you what is right and what is wrong for you. You just have to listen and recognize that. So, with that said, true love, real peace, and the higher self within. Thank you, Eartho. Thank you, Commando. Thank you, Emmanuel, Commander Gore. Good night. Peace and love.